Looks like we're live. Hey everyone,
Woo!
Regina here I'm Regina here on the Women's Lounge on Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, and I'm really happy to have you guys here. Jessica is actually on the road to California right as we're talking right now, and so she couldn't make it on tonight, but she sends her love, and she will definitely be on next week to for you guys. And tonight we have a special guest. Um, I call her Emily. You can call her Emily or Antoinette, and she is here from she's from Auckland, New Zealand. Well, originally she's from Peru, but she lives in Auckland, New Zealand with her partner. And so I just invited her to come on because she's a strong businesswoman, she's a leader, and she's got a lot of value to give to you guys tonight. And so tonight we are going to be talking about the number one key to achieving your goals. And there's so many things that need to be put in place for you to achieve your goals. And it all starts off with a dream or a thought of what you actually want to do, because when you look around you, everything you see, everything from the table that you're sitting at to your car to the building next door, you see it in your physical existence right now, but before it existed, it was a thought. So you have your thoughts and your dreams, and you want to put actions to your dreams to be able to get to the goal, to where you want to get to, whether you want to lose weight, whether you have all of these New Year's resolutions. New Year's is coming up. Whether you have specific goals for your business, whether it's an online business or whether it's an offline business, there's just so many things that you need to do to get to where you want to be, and it all starts with a dream. So I am here in Bocas del Toro, Panama. I'm here for another month, and as most of you know, if you've been watching this for a while, along with Jessica, I am a digital nomad, working online with my husband here, and we left New Zealand in the beginning of January to travel the world, and I can't believe it's been almost a year. And Emily has been working online for a few months with us over in New Zealand, and it's just so great to have her here. And so we sent out an invite to you guys, and actually, before I continue, I wanted to give a shout out to, I wrote it down, I wanted to give a shout out to Heather Karwacki and Samantha. I know that you guys are on this call, or you mentioned that you didn't want to show up on this invite, and I know it's so great to have you guys here. I know Samantha is a really great, she has an online business as well that she works with us, and I just wanted to say, hey, hope you guys are doing well, and happy Thanksgiving, happy belated Thanksgiving to all of you in the United States right now, or any expats like us that have celebrated Thanksgiving. It's so great to have you here. So we wanted to talk about the one key to achieving your goals, and that one key is well, I'm not going to say it. Why don't I pass the microphone to Emily, and she can tell us what this key is to achieving your goals, and maybe you can just say a little bit about yourself, and yeah, talk about yourself. Give us some tips if you have any tips.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome. First of all, I want to thank you, Regina, for inviting me here. I'm just super excited for this. Yeah, my name is Emily or Antoinette. Emily Antoinette, you can call me either way. I've been working online for a couple of months now, and I am from Peru, but I actually live in Auckland. That's another story. And yeah, today we're here because we want to share with you what are the steps or the keys that you need to know to achieve your goals. And the number one key for that is being consistent. So what do we mean when we say being consistent? Being consistent means doing one thing. You have to. Okay, let's go back again. I'm just super excited. Sorry. The first step that you need to do when you want to achieve your goal is relax. Okay, you have a goal, you want to do something, but sometimes it can be overwhelming, but it's all in your mind. So what you need to do is relax. Take a deep breath, relax, relax, relax. And how do you do that? Because sometimes it can be hard, but actually it's not hard, okay? It can be really easy. You have the power to achieve whatever in the world you want to achieve. So you're going to relax, and for that, you're first going to take a break. So wherever you are, if you're at home, if you work from home, you're at home, you just go to the park, go for a walk, take a deep breath, relax. If you're traveling around whatever in the world or wherever in the globe you are, you're going to relax and take a deep breath. Once you do that, you're just going to meditate about the things that you've been doing. What are of the things that you've been doing are taking you to your goal, to where you want to get? And with these, once you do this, you're going to get to the main point, which is your why. Why are you doing what you are doing? What is your main reason? Is it your family? Is it because you want to get promoted? You want to get better? You want to get better results? What is your purpose? You want to help your family? You want to be close to them? What is it? There is one thing that must be really, really important to you, and it's deep in your heart. So you need to take a time for that. Maybe it's not going to come really easily, or maybe you already know it, but it's there, and that it's going to be your purpose. And once you have your purpose, you can define what does success means to you. What is it success to you? Is it being with the people you love and spending valuable time with them? Is it earning heaps of money and do whatever in the world you want to do? What is being successful? Is it being happy? Just having a huge smile every day and share with the people you love or with everyone and just making everyone smile with the things you do? What is your definition to success? That's really, really important, and you must know that. And once you have that, it's gonna help you. It's like building a house. So you need to get a very strong foundation for that. So you know your why, you know what's your purpose. Now what? What are we going to do? So the next thing we do is just decide. You're going to take action. Okay, if you want to get into a race and go on a marathon, what are you going to do? You're not just going to sit there and say, oh yeah, I just want to go on a marathon. It's going to be like in 3 months and that's it. No, you're just not going to sit in your couch and warm it up. You need to take action. So you're going to start going out for a run in the mornings. It doesn't matter if you start walking or just going in a turtle pace. It doesn't matter as long as you start doing things. And you go and you go and you go, and then you're just going to try speeding up. You know, I use running because I used to run a little bit. So it's the same thing with anything you want to achieve. Just take action on a consistent basis. Now, probably some ladies are going to say, oh, but how do I do that? It can be quite complex, or I'm quite messy, because I used to be quite messy, and I still reckon that I'm messy. But I think that one thing that can help you is just getting a notebook. See, those are my notes, and what I want you to do when you wake up every morning is wake up and say, why am I waking up today? What is my purpose of the day? What of the things that I'm going to do today are going to get me closer to what I want to get? So set a purpose, and don't go to bed if you haven't achieved your goal of the day. And trust me, all of that is going to get you closer every day, every day. Just do it in a consistent basis, and don't give up. It doesn't matter how things look. You just carry on doing it, carry on doing it, carry on doing it. And yeah, those are my advices to achieve your goals and get where you want to get on a consistent basis. Because, you know, consistency is the key. If you're consistent, if you know what you want, you can get whatever you want. So, pass it on to you, Regina.
Awesome. Those are such great tips. I like that you brought up the whole marathon thing, because I remember in 2002 I ran my only marathon, not my last. And, you know, it's like you can make a decision to do something. You can take action to get to your goal, whether it's running a marathon or whether it's, starting an online business. But to really get to your end goal, you need to be consistent, and that you can take action towards something, but if you're not consistent in doing it, then you're not really going to get anywhere. So, in the case of running a marathon, you're going to, 3 times a week, you're going to do a medium run, and then you're going to do a short, fast run, and then once a week or once every other week, you're going to do a really long run, and it's keeping that consistency that'll get you to your end goal. And so I wanted to bring up some practical tips for you guys to take away tonight. And, I just wanted to, one of the things that I wanted to say is, sometimes that we end up creating too many goals for ourselves. Whether it's in our online business, whether we want to achieve a certain amount of sales per month, or whether it's for your New Year's resolution and you have like this whole long list of things for your resolutions, or whether you even just if you want to lose weight or something and you're like, okay, by the end of the month I want to lose like 20 pounds. They could be realistic, they might not be realistic, but I think the key is one good advice that that was given to me is to be able to compartmentalize all of that, because we always have these grand ideas that we want to achieve something, and then there's a certain point where you get a little overwhelmed. If you wanted to earn $10,000 or $20,000 a month, and you're like, yeah, by the end of this month, I'm definitely going to earn $15,000 a month. But then after a while, the closer and closer you get to the end of the month, and you realize, oh my gosh, I'm not there yet. I've only earned $5,000 or $6,000 a month, and then you just get really overwhelmed, and sometimes it could do the total reverse effect, and not even take you to $15,000, $20,000 a month. Just as an example, for for your online business or whatever. So one key that has really helped me is to compartmentalize. And being able to compartmentalize really it's a good way for you to see the bigger picture of what you actually want, but then chunking it into small little bits, small little bite-sized bits, so that you can basically digest certain goals at certain times. So you're basically taking everything as a whole and kind of organizing it in these little pockets or whatever. And one of the things that I do myself to be able to compartmentalize is I take everything that's in my brain and I dump it onto lists. I know that a lot of you, if you've been following me and following Jess here on the Women's Lounge, and that's the other women that were huge on lists, and and Emily just showed showed us her notebook with her list of things. So you have a whole list of things, and I dump it down on my list. I have, yep, there you go. There's her nice one.
Yeah, I'm actually making my own list as well.
And look at those check boxes too. That's awesome. Okay, that's a little more organized than me, but I know that you used to be a medical doctor, so. So I just pretty much dump everything down in my one list. I actually have 2 lists, so I dump everything in one list, and then on a day-to-day basis, I have my list for today. And so what I do is I go to that list that I've dumped everything down on, and I take 2 or 3 of the higher priorities, either 2 or 3 high priority items, or I try to get rid of all of the easy stuff so that I can say that I checked something off. So on a day-to-day basis, and I'll only have like 2 or 3 on my list. So in my head, those are the 2 things that I need to do each day to make it a successful day, so that I can check them off. And by the end of the day, I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I actually did something. As opposed to having one list with a whole bunch of stuff written down, and just by the end of the day, getting a ton of stuff done, but not really completing anything, and by the end of the day, I'd just be overwhelmed. And so compartmentalizing is such a great thing, And another example of being able to really help be consistent is now with the group that Emily. And that Emily and I belong to a group of entrepreneurs, And one of the things that we did is we did a 21-day blogging challenge. And if you're interested about, the group that we're a part of, there should be a link down below, and you can check out our Facebook group and just get involved and kind of check things out. But our group together, we ended up doing a 21-day blogging challenge. Now, we use our blog to create more business for our online business because Emily works online as well. And there's so many reasons why we actually do it to grow our personal business. But in the end, what we're actually doing is we're creating consistency. And 21 days is such a perfect number to be able to create a new habit, which is essentially what we're doing, is creating a new habit. I know that I've done 90-day challenges, and by far the 21 and 30 are the best numbers. I think I've done like 90-day challenges, and I think I got up to day 60 or day 70 or whatever. And so we're using our blog not only to create business, but for our personal development, and as far as achieving goals, we're consistently posting for 21 days so that we can create a habit. And that 21 days is kind of a magic number because that's the amount of days that it'll take for you to really to create that habit and have it ingrained. And so ever since then, I think we finished like 3 days ago, and I'm still blogging consistently. Now, one key thing to be able to keep yourself consistent is not only do the 21 days. Sometimes after a while you're just like, okay, I'm not done yet. I kind of don't feel like doing it today, but I got to keep on going. And one of the things that keeps us going, and maybe Emily, you can talk about this in a little bit, is getting the support with like-minded people who have similar goals as you. Now, first of all, being able to surround yourself with like-minded people really, it's so powerful, because if you have similar goals and you're all going towards a goal, working on your own individual goals, but together just makes it so much easier for you to support each other and to say, you know what, good job, keep on going, I'm here to support you. And that knowing that you get the support from a group of like-minded people makes you feel like, okay, you know what, I can actually do this. And in fact, I'm just remembering this right now because Mike and I travel the world because we work online. But a few months ago we were in Europe and we did a road trip and we stopped in Spain. We were in Valencia. And we met up with some friends there, and we went canyoning. And there was if you don't know what canyoning means, we just jumped off of cliffs and water down through a canyon. And there were, I think, about 40 of us. And mind you, we didn't know, I couldn't understand the Castilian Spanish at all. So we were in our own little group. But even though there was a language barrier, I remember a point where I was standing on top of a cliff, and it was kind of at an angle, and so I was standing against the back, and the guy was basically saying, you need to take 3 steps and then jump, but when you go, you need to go, because you can't just go and then stop because of the steep, because of the way the cliff was laid out. And I was like, I literally stood there for 5 minutes because I was too scared to jump into the water. And for a while, I was just like, okay, oh my God, I'm too scared to do this. And I looked over, I saw, the 30 or 40 people who don't even speak, well, they might, I don't understand Spanish that well, and I can just see them cheering me on, like, go, 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 go. And it was that collective energy that really pushed me to motivate me to jump off the cliff in a good way. And so, yeah, I think, Emily, this might have been your first 21 your blogging challenge, and I just wanted to see what you thought of the whole experience and relate it to did it really help you become consistent in your daily method of operation and in your blogging?
Yeah, definitely. When I used to blog, but I wasn't that consistent. I used to blog sporadically. And changing to blogging every day, it made a big difference because as Regina said, you create a habit. And one thing really important to remember, it's just a quote from Lao Tzu. He said, "Watch your thoughts, they become words. Watch your words, they become actions. Watch your actions, they become habits. And watch your habits, they become your character. And watch your character, because it becomes your destiny." So when you create these habits, you're not only like blogging for 21 days, doing you're improving your whole life. Let's just call it like that, because you're doing something on a consistent basis, and today you start blogging, tomorrow you can start doing a video, and you can just improve. Every day it's a new step. How did it help me? It helped me a lot, because now I like blogging, and every day I'm just thinking, oh, what am I going to post today? What can I tell to people just to help them and help them improve their lives? And it is really important what Regina said, because you need to surround yourself with the right people who is like-minded like you, people who's got a successful mindset. Because when you get that, I loved your example, Regina, because coming it's super exciting. I would get a bit scared. I think I did it like 3 or 4 years ago when I was in Ecuador, and I was just like, oh, and you feel that kind of emptiness in your stomach. But when you've got people there saying, you yes, go, 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 do it, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it, it just boosts you up, and it takes away all of that, or just if you feel nervous, it just takes away all of that, and it helps you, and it also gives you the motivation, not for doing it only that day, but to do it every day. And at the end, it's a challenge, and you're going to be the one winning your own challenge, because it's good for you, and it's going to give you the success you want. So it is really important to surround yourself with the right people. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. And we were even earlier we were talking about um, being around the right people, and kind of pushing you to where you want to be. And there's this saying that you are the average of the 5 people closest to you. So, and why is that? It's because the people that you're around, you're constantly around. You guys are kind of influencing each other's opinions because, because you're around each other, and you tend to.
Regina? Whoopsie. Well, I think she's having some problems with her connection, but I'll just continue with what she was saying. I think what she was trying to say is just, yeah, you are the average of the 5 people who is around you, and it doesn't mean around you like next to each other physically, but the people you work with, the people who in your team. Oh, there you are.
Sorry, keep on going.
No, no. Yeah, I was just explaining. I thought what you were trying to say, just like we are the average of the 5 people that surround you, and that's what it's important to surround yourself with the right people. Not only people also that can guide you, can tell you when you are doing something that it might not be that good, people that can guide you in the right direction, because you don't want people who's going to tell you all the time, yeah, that's awesome, yeah, that's great. You want people who's going to tell you when things are right and when things are not. So that's also really, really important, and people who you admire as well.
Yeah, exactly. It really helps being around people who can really guide you to where you want to be. And I know that some of you, because there was a point in time in my life where I know that a lot of you, if you see me, maybe you think I'm happy and I'm living this awesome life or whatever. But I have to honestly say that a lot of it kind of comes in practice, because I remember a point in my life where, just a few years ago when I was living in New Zealand, there was a girl who I saw her and I was like, wow, she's always happy. Like, what is wrong with her? Like, it is not possible to be happy all the time. And with a lot of personal development and a lot of looking within, I realized actually I can be happy, and even when I'm not, that's okay, because you can only know happiness if you know sadness. And it's not like I'm never sad. I'm sad and I'm angry at times, but it's really how I take that anger and that sadness and really learn how figure out how to get it back up on my feet and try to be happier, or to be happier, and to know that life is really good. And so like, I know that I've been working with the group that I've been working on online with, and with Emily for about a year and a half, a little over a year and a half total, and it's really, I mean, you could tell the difference between the way I was then and the way I am now. There was a gradual, I guess, improvement. I'd like to I'd like to think, and that's kind of like how when you do things consistently. And in this case, in my personal online business, maybe it's your business and your online or your offline business. When you do things consistently, you're not just doing them just to do them just because you have to. What you're doing is you're really step by step. You're getting better and better and better. And even though you don't see on a day-to-day change, you don't see a drastic change, but if you are being consistent and you see yourself from day one compared to where you are right now, or where you were like 2 weeks after you started, there's definitely an improvement. And the best way to measure that, and this is kind of like a top secret tip that we're giving you right now, the best way to measure how much you or to see yourself, how much you've actually improved after being consistent is, and I'm going to say this because this is what we do, Emily, and even Jess does this as well, is take a video of yourself. Sometimes we do daily blogs or daily vlogs. Sometimes, yeah. I remember there was a point where I did do my 90-day blogging challenge, and from day one I was horrible. I was like, I had no idea what to say. There was no point to what I was saying, but I just kept on going and going and going until I got better. And in fact, I would consider myself an introvert. I'm shy and I'm quiet, and I used to be so scared. But I was like, you know what? This is what I want to be at a certain point in life. I want to be successful. So in order for me to be a successful, marketer and online marketer, I need to do this on a day-to-day basis. So on day one, I sucked so bad. But I did it every single day until I felt comfortable in front of the camera. And then I started to really find my voice. And then I started to, figure out, okay, well, what do I actually want to say that'll make things valuable to the people who are watching? And so, just got better and better and better. And even now, like, I'm just always trying to improve. And I watch other people's videos and see, the things that they're doing that I like, that I can adapt and adopt into, my personal video marketing for business. So it's, being able to see your improvement just by doing videos, you'll notice the difference, because you'll see your day one video, or even if you're a writer, just writing a blog, and compare yourself in 21 days, compare yourself in 30 days, and you're like, wow, I actually grew a lot. And it's not even just the content that you're seeing that you're comparing yourself in, but you can actually feel it inside of you as well. Like you know that you've grown a lot, because they're doing certain things now that you sure as heck wouldn't have done 30 days ago, 21 days ago. So I actually wanted to ask you, Emily, was there an example that you can give where you really remember noticing that you've improved in something by being consistent? I mean, something, we used to be in the medical field, so how about something back in the day? Anything that you can remember?
Okay. Yeah, well, I used to work as a doctor up until last year, and some things happened in my life that made me decide to leave it, because I wanted to spend more time with my family. And the way, just to answer your question, sorry, I went out off track. Just to answer your question, the way that I noticed that I was improving was, one, as you said in the videos, I haven't done the 90-day video challenge yet, but I'm definitely gonna do that. It was like Liv and I, we recorded. Liv is my partner, so Liv and I recorded our very, 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 very first video blog, and I think we tried like 15 times until we got it right, and I was so nervous, like expressing myself. You can see the video sometime if you send me a message. It's just so funny. And then I started doing some more videos, and then I saw one. I think you saw it. It wasn't one of my posts when I speak about the steps and the things you need to do just to have successful in your business. And when I look at that video, I felt like, wow, is that me? So yeah, and it gives you more confidence. It gives you more confidence to be just to keep doing it. Yeah, yeah. So, because at the end, fear, when you're afraid of doing something, fear is just a state of mind. It's like a disease. It's gonna eat whatever your dreams is gonna eat that. So, and you don't want that. You want to work towards your dreams. You want to be successful if you really want to do that. So you're just gonna do whatever it takes. Fear doesn't exist. So you're gonna keep doing things on your consistent basis, doing it, and slowly, as Regina said, you're just gonna see your progress. It's not going to happen like overnight, but when you look back onto the little steps that you've been taking, it's like, whoa, that's awesome, and you just want to keep going, want to keep doing what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say that I've been watching you grow as well, and I thought your very first video was actually really good, but you definitely improved a lot in such a short amount of time, and like it improves your confidence just being consistent and going toward your goals. Just makes you a lot more confident, and I can see it with you and some other people that we've worked with as well. So that's really cool. So being able to be around people is so important, and if for some reason you don't have anybody right now around you to help you, then we have a little group. Our women's lounge is a group of really supportive women who have similar goals. And if you want to just check out what we have, what type of community we have, then there's a button below that you can check out our Facebook page and just get involved with the group and see what we're all about. And if there's anything that you need, then by all means, like if there's any sort of support, then see if there's anything that we can help you with. We're being here part of the Women's Lounge, we're definitely here to support all types of women, and we all have a similar goal to live a better life in any way, and in particular in our online business for sure. But just check out the Facebook group, and if you wanted to come hang out with us.
Yeah. And one thing that I want to tell you who are watching, I know that you're here and you're watching us right now. First of all, thank you for watching us. And, you can add us on Facebook. You can join to our team, because all of us, we all started somewhere. When I moved to New Zealand, I come from Peru, which is in South America, and I moved to New Zealand. I didn't know anyone here. It's not like I didn't have a family or things like that. And slowly things came happening. But how? Because I decided to improve. I decided to take action on what I wanted to do. So if you feel like, oh, but I don't know anyone, or oh, I'm too shy, just get over that. And remember what I just said about fear. Fear, it's like a disease. You don't want to die. You want to be healthy. You want to be successful. So move on. Click that button and join our group, because we're all women, and what we want is we want you to be successful and get the things that you want. So that's why we are here. We're humans as well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're real for sure, and I have to admit that I like what I do because I prefer to stay behind the computer, because I get really nervous in front of people, and you might if you see me in person, maybe you, you won't even be able to tell that, but it's good to have a group of people with you. And I don't know if like anyone here has had any experience having to try to do something on their own, trying to head towards their goal, whether they want to lose weight or whatever, and then they end up joining a gym or joining a class, and they're around people who have really totally, helped them out and pushed them to get to where they want to be. So along the lines of having a group of people around you, or even if you just have an accountability partner. And what an accountability partner is, someone who can actually keep you accountable for what you want to do to take you towards your goal. So, for example, if you find someone that you really resonate with, that you feel like you can connect with, you can meet on a regular basis, whether it's once a week, once every other week, maybe every other day, depending on your goal. Talk about your goals with each other and just really help each other say, hey, I know that like in 21 days you want to get to this point, so, what are your next action points? So really being conscious of what the other person wants to achieve, what your accountability partner wants to achieve, and really kind of helping them keep track of where they want to be, and just saying, hey, you know what, Emily, I noticed that you wanted to finish your 90-day video challenge, so what are you doing to get to that point? Like, what have you been doing lately? And, maybe in a week I can, just say, hey, so I noticed that you've been putting up some videos. What was your goal, and did you achieve your goal? And so what's your goal for the next 2 weeks and the next 2 weeks after that? So it's actually a very powerful thing to have somebody help you along on your journey, because no man is an island, and there's definitely power in numbers. And this is why we get together once a week with, Jessica and the other girls on the other women on the women's lounge, is because we don't want to do this alone. I mean, sometimes we think we do until we actually get the help, and then we realize, okay, this is a collaborative environment where we can guide each other and understand why this person's doing this, and really support them, whether you actually 100% believe, 100% agree with what they're doing, but that it's what they want to do for their happiness, especially, in their own online business, in their home business. So it's a very, very powerful thing. And one thing that I definitely need to work on myself is I compartmentalize fairly well with my 2 lists, where I have my list of all of my items, and then I have my short list, my daily items, where these are the 2 or 3 action items that I actually do on a daily basis. So one of the things that, another tip that I definitely need help in is keeping a consistent schedule. And this kind of goes along the lines of like New Year's resolutions. New Year's is coming up in, a month? And maybe you have this whole long list of what you want to do. And you want to keep schedule of what you're doing, and maybe just taking one thing on your list and doing it and working on it for an extended period of time until you master it, and then moving on to the next thing and taking that and working on it for a certain amount of time, and then mastering it, rather than having a list of like 10 or 12 things, 10 or 20 things that you want to do and then get things done. So, is there anything you wanted to add to that?
Yeah. Well, yeah, what you said is really important. It is vital that you have a list. I know it can sound like, oh, how do I do that? But you can start. You got to start somewhere. So the way for you to start, it's write a list of 50 things that you want to achieve for next year, for 2015. Just write everything down. Don't think logically. Just let it come to you. Write it down. Write it down. Write it down. Once you're done with that, reread your list again. And you're going to notice there are some things that go in common. They're just part of a group. So just putting in that group, that's exactly what I did. And eventually, it's like going backwards on your list from your big goal to your the little one, the way to achieve it. And once you have that, you can just organize it, take your time. It doesn't need to be done in like 2 minutes right now, but you want to do it because at the end it's going to be good for you. If it's good for you, it's good for your business. If it's good for your business, it's good for your life and for your family and for the people you love. And also, I think that it's important to point out here is that you don't want to saturate, okay? You don't want to be working, I don't know, doing everything in one day and then wind up like, oh my god, this is so stressing. No, no, because we're working from home and you just want to relax and do the things you love while you are loving them as well. So something important is that you need to exercise as well. You need to go out for a walk. You need to run. You need to get some fresh air because you can't be in front of your computer the whole day. No, you need to enjoy life as well. And for this is important. Have you read the 4 Hour Work Week book? That's a really, really nice book. So yeah.
Yeah, I have to start exercising again. I can tell it affects my mood. I can tell when I'm just really feeling really slow and down that I just need to start exercising more. And Mike and I usually do it. We were pretty consistent before, but maybe that's something that I need to add onto my list. But I really like that you brought up the 4 Hour Work Week because that book for you out there who are watching this. If you haven't heard about the 4 Hour Work Week, it's a book by a guy named Tim Ferriss, and it's really where it's kind of the beginnings of how I started. And I started realizing, wow, I can actually quit my job and live life traveling around the world. This guy, Tim Ferriss, has he's got all these tips and tricks of how he ended up being able to automate himself and to earn money by outsourcing and to do all this stuff. And I was like, wow, I want to do that. And I think reading that book led me to my mentors because I noticed that they were traveling the world and they were working online, and I was like, oh my god, okay. This girl, I'm watching a video of this lady who is in her bikini in Puerto Rico freaking working online, and I was like, dude, wait, this isn't possible. How do I do that? So, and just like I was talking about earlier in this hangout is everything starts with an idea. Everything starts with a dream. And, this was, beginning of 2013 where I saw this video of this lady who was living this life that I wanted to live, and I was like, I didn't even think it was possible, but now come December 2000. Oh wait, is it December yet? November.
Yeah.
November.
It's December.
December.
Oh well, it's December here.
And I'm in Bocas del Toro, Panama. The past 11, 12 months, I've been to a dozen countries in Central America, North America, and Europe, and I've did a road trip from Los Angeles to Orlando to go to a live event with the other women in the Women's Lounge that we work online with, and I was like, I'm actually living my life now. I've manifested my life now, and it all came from a thought because I was sick and I was tired of working, a 9 to 7 job, and it's such a powerful thing. And from that point where I was like, okay, I need to get away from this because I had a really, really great job. I was working around really talented artists and geeks in the film and the animation visual effects industry. I was like, this isn't my dream. Working for someone is not my dream. And so I was like, okay, what do I need to do to get out of where I wanted to get out of my situation into a better life? Because I didn't want to 10 years down the road, I didn't want to be behind the desk working 50, 60, 70 hours a week. And there's actually a word that I used to work in a male-dominated industry, much like you, I'm sure. And there was a word for the wives of the men who worked at my job, and they called them widows because they never saw them, especially during people were working like 80, 90, 100, up to 120 hours a week, and I'm like, I can't live this life. This is just crazy. So, having this idea of something that you want to do and then writing lists down and then consistently taking action and consistently taking action towards it. But not even just taking action and taking consistent action, but also surrounding yourself with like-minded people. And if you can't find the people, then go search for them. There's a ton of different places. I mean, obviously our group, but when I was in Prague, Mike and I were living there for 3 months. We looked for the entrepreneurs group there on meetup.com. So in every place we go to, we try to find the local group of people that we can meet with, because we don't know anybody. And it's just like when Emily went from Peru to New Zealand, like she didn't have any friends, she didn't know anybody. So what did you do? What did you? How did you find your new friends?
Well, I came here just to tell you a bit of my story. I was working first in Peru as a doctor. In my last year in Peru, it was so similar to what you're saying. I guess that's why we all are here. I was working 400 days in a row with no days off, 120, 150 hours a week. It was just crazy, doing overnight shifts every 2 days. I got to a point where the hospital was 20, 25 minutes away from my house, and I got to a point where I couldn't see my mother for like three months. And something that happened there that made me change everything was that during that period, my mom got sick, and when I finished my work after all those days, mom passed away. So if there is something you cannot take back, it's time. And that's something that I realized, and a lot of plans that I had with my mom, I couldn't make them because mom was already gone. So I decided that I needed to make that change and just stop it, because I wanted to be with my family. I wanted to dedicate that time with the people that I loved. And then I said, okay, what's the way to make that change? Because when you want to make a change on the life that you're having, you want to get out of that circle. Because if you don't you want to get out of that circle. So my first step was just traveling overseas. When I got to New Zealand, I didn't know much people. I was doing plastic surgery for a while, but then I found myself in the same routine, and I just couldn't see myself doing the same thing, and in the future, not having time for my family or for being with the people that I loved. So the way that I meet friends was online. It was online. I started just whoops. What? Yeah, well, as you know, in Peru we speak Spanish, so English is not my main language, and I can get confused sometimes with some words. But it's just like I sign up to different pages just to meet more people and get to know, create like a social life for myself, and eventually it happens. It's everything. When you want something, when you really, 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 really want something, and it comes from your heart, you will just do whatever it takes to get there. And the path to be successful in it is just to take action, take massive determined action. That's what Anthony Robbins said, and nothing will stop you. So just surround yourself with the people you want to be, and yeah.
Yeah, awesome. It's nice to know that I'm not the only one that does. I think I have so many friends online because we travel so much, but a lot of them we become good friends with in person too. So it's an amazing thing. Now I don't know if any of you out there have heard of the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, but it's definitely one of the main books that I'd say read, but I listen to because audiobooks are just awesome because I can listen to them doing whatever and do like errands around the house. But Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill is definitely a book that I listen to constantly. And one of the things that he talks about, and actually Bob Proctor, if you guys know Bob Proctor follows this as well, is he talks about a goal card. And so what they do is you have your goals on a card, you write them down, and the idea is to read them twice a day. In the morning when you wake up, and at night before you go to sleep. And this is very similar to the list that I keep and that I have kept, and that where I've written my goals down. And simply looking at your list twice a day doesn't necessarily work, but saying your goals out loud really, it's almost like I don't know, you get more wrinkles in your brain. I don't know, you create more neural pathways when you actually say it out loud, and it's almost like, you're confirming to yourself that this is actually happening. And saying your goals either in present tense or that it's already happened, like I'm going to lose, instead of saying I'm going to lose 5 to 10 pounds in the next few weeks, it's like I am losing 5 to 10 pounds. I've lost 5 to 10 pounds and I feel great. Or I'm, instead of saying I'm going to wake up every morning at 6 o'clock and do more things around the house, like get my errands done so that I can have a productive day, or wake up at 6 o'clock and go running for half an hour. The reason why you want to say your goals in present tense or as if it has already happened, with conviction, is because if you say I'm going to, or if you say I will, you're kind of in that state permanently. So, like, you're never going to get there because it's almost like I'm trying to get there. So by saying, like, the month of December of 2014, by December 31st, 2014, I will have earned, $15,000 a month, and not just by saying your goal, but talking about what you would give. To be able to receive, I'm just using an example, like $15,000 a month. I will, give a lot of value to the people that I want to help them achieve their goals, their personal and their financial goals. I want to do that in return for the $15,000 a month. And when I see the figure in my bank account, I'm sitting in my chair in the kitchen looking at my computer, and I see this number, but I'm not surprised because I knew that I was going to receive this. And it feels really good. And it's a nice sunny day. I'm looking outside. It's winter, and I'm in Central America, and I'm sweating like a pig, but I'm happy. And I'm just giving you an example of like how Napoleon Hill explains it, and Bob Proctor does the same thing too. Being able to verbalize your goals really helps you achieve them. So you're nodding your head in agreement.
I totally agree with you, because a year from now, or no, it's been a year and a half from now, all I had when I came here, it was my luggage and a mattress, just the ones that you blow, a blow mattress, air mattress. That was all I had. And now I'm just living in my own house. I'm working from home, and as you said, it is amazing how things work when you focus on that. I also have my personal outcome as well, as you said, Napoleon Hill. That book, Think and Grow Rich, it's a great book. It's an awesome book, and you have to read it with an open mind. So when you want to set your goals, as Regina said, you want to do it, in present tense, and also you want to give them the feeling, like close your eyes if you want to. Close your eyes and say, I am in this beach in the Caribbean and I'm enjoying my time here. Just feel it. Because when you feel something and when you put in the emotion of that and the faith that you are there, not that you're going to be, that you are there, it generates some kind of biochemical processes inside you. So it connects not only the physical state, but with the state in your mind. And that's what creates your reality. So that is very, 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 very powerful, and something that you need to do. Yeah, definitely.
Straight from a medical doctor's mouth. I love it.
What was that?
I said straight from a medical doctor's mouth. Being able to create the emotion and that connecting to, I don't know, everything you said. I agree with everything you said. So, you know, we're about 5 minutes to the top of the hour, and everybody who's watching here, I really respect your time. And before we go, I wanted to ask Emily if you had any closing thoughts or closing words that, or a summary of the steps, the practical steps that you gave earlier to those who are watching now. Yeah, go ahead if you have any.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what we were saying at the beginning was like the keys that you need to know when you have a goal for this 2015. Prepare yourself, relax. You want to relax. Once you relax, what you're gonna do? You're gonna take a break. Take a break. Think about the things that you want to achieve. Write it down. Just all of the ideas. Make a brainstorming on all of the things that you want to achieve. Write it down, and then set your why. What's your purpose? Why do you want to do that? Because you want to lose some weight. You want to get promoted. You want to improve your business. You want to travel the world. You want to spend time with your family. Once you get sorted out your why, you're gonna know what's your definition of success. So when you have that, what do you need to do? What's left? You need to take action. You need to do something towards it. So you're going to plan the steps that you need to do to get to your goal. And remember, be consistent. Just do it on a daily basis. Today, tomorrow, the day after that. And once you go, once the time passes by, weeks, months, you're going to look back and it's going to be like, whoa, this is what I have achieved. I'm successful. I'm a winner, because you are a winner. We are all winners. You just need to take action and do it. And we've been saying, surround yourself with the right people. Surround yourself with like-minded people. People who encourage you, people who motivate you, and people who's going to point you in the right direction when some things might not seem all right. So you really want to do that. And also nourish yourself. Take some time to go out with your family. Take some time to go for a break. Just relax that brain. And believe in what you're doing. Because what you're doing, it's good for you. If it's good for you, it's good for your life, it's good for your world, and for all the people around you. So put your emotions, put your faith, put your feelings, put it there, and just do it. Because you can achieve anything. Yeah.
Awesome. I love it when you talk because I feel like I'm like, yeah. Awesome. I like what you said about. I like what you said about your why and finding your purpose. And the reason why I want to highlight this is because, first of all, what was told to me, what I believe in is if your why doesn't make you cry, then it's not strong enough. And living life in general is just not easy at all. And you may think that other people have such an easy life. Life for everyone is not easy. So being able to have your why, the reason why you're doing something, is going to be what's going to pull you through the ups and the downs of whatever you're doing. And in this case, it'll be the ups and the downs of working online, because it's not easy. But if you're consistent and you take consistent action towards your goal, and when you're feeling low, or you're whether you're feeling low or whether you're feeling high, you're thinking of why you're actually doing this and why you want to get to your goal, and that's what's going to get you to your goal. So today, the number one key to achieving your goals is consistency, taking consistent action, and just like Emily said, being around people, compartmentalizing, making a bigger list of everything you want, and then chunking it down into little bite-sized pieces so that you can take your consistent action and actually tick off boxes of everything on your to-do list. So I think that's everything for today. Oh wait, hold on, I gotta show that. So yeah, literally, look at those checks. They're like so uniform. It almost looks like a computer did it. I can't believe that. What is that? Your food? Oh, hey, that's cool. We said jump for joy. Is that what it says on there? Plan of action. Oh, I love it. Hey, you know what? Perfect. Wow. Go out, exercise, purpose of the day, positive reading, and you're actually checking that off. Wow. Yeah. See, the best thing about working with a group of people, the women that we work with, is that whether you are a mentor or someone else is your mentor, you still are constantly learning from each other. And I'm constantly learning from you, Emily, and I really appreciate you being here. And I wanted to thank you for for being a part of this panel tonight. And Jessica will be here next week. And for you out there, I want to. It's the end of your Thanksgiving weekend, and I hope you had a really great Thanksgiving weekend. I hope you stuffed yourself. And what are 3 things that you're grateful for? And before we go, I know it's the top of the hour, I want to go, but before we leave, Emily, what are 3 things you're grateful for?
I'm grateful. I'm grateful for being surrounded by people like you. I'm really grateful for that because it has totally changed my life. Being in a group with our group, our team, it's just amazing. I'm really grateful for that. I'm grateful for the life I have now. I live in a beautiful house with my partner, which is awesome. He's really supportive. And I'm grateful in general for everything that has happened, the ups and downs, because at the end you learn from everything. You learn, and that experience makes you richer and makes you grow. So.
Well, I appreciate that. That's a really nice thing to say. I really, really appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. So for all of you out there, thank you so much for being here tonight, and we will see you next week at 8 o'clock Eastern. And hope you have a really great week, and think of 3 things that you're grateful for. So we'll see you later. Bye.
See you. Thanks for being here. Bye.